Let this movie be a lesson for all of you out there aspiring to be a drug lord or a crime lord of some kind. Don't mess around. Don't have kids, because eventually you're gonna get caught, and eventually your kid is going to be in trouble with said maybe rival gang members, or crime lord members, or maybe with the government somewhere, and you're gonna need them extracted. So don't mess around and just focus on your business and focus on your crime and don't have kids, otherwise this will happen to you. Extraction, released in 2020 during the height of the pandemic and is directed by Sam Hargrave, who's really known for his work as a stunt choreographer, but has also directed the movie Extraction 2. And this movie is starring Chris Hemsworth, Rudhraksh, Jaiswal, Randeep Hooda, Priyanshu Panyi, Kaushik Farahani, Pankaj Tripathi, and David Harbour. I tried my best with the majority of those names. Hopefully I got the pronunciation of David Harbour correct. Tyler Rake is the greatest extraction artist in the world. One day he's contacted by a crime lord to extract his kid who's been kidnapped by another crime lord. But while in the midst of extracting said kid, it turns out to be a double cross, and Tyler finds himself pinned down in the middle of India. So now Tyler's gotta find a way to extract the kid, but also to keep his life intact. This movie gives me major 80s action star vibes, where there is one man who can do the thing to stop the thing to save the thing. And really ever since the introduction of, I want to say the first Taken movie, with Liam Neeson being a guy kind of thrown in there who does a bunch of kung fu moves and does a whole bunch of long take fight choreography scenes where he takes out like an entire army of people. We've gotten characters like this. We've gotten movies like this. I'm thinking about Daredevil on Netflix, the John Wick series for Christ's sakes, and now we have Extraction with Chris Hemsworth. I'll be talking about Extraction 2 next time, but leading up to that I wanted to check out this movie, and thank God I did, because that ending would have made me very confused if I just jumped in with Extraction 2, which does lead me to wonder, like, how is Extraction 2 happening? Because I saw what happened to Tyler at the end of this movie. How is that man not dead? His guts are hanging out, he's bleeding all over the place, he has all of his limbs severed, his head's beheaded, and yet he's still coming back for Extraction 2. Okay, fine. But I will say it's really nice to see Chris Hemsworth get some acting gigs outside of the whole superhero genre. I know a lot of actors struggle with that. Here, he owns this role, and he's a total badass. I like how he looks in the movie, too. He looks slimmed down, he's still ripped to shreds, which is so frickin' annoying, but he's not as big and bulky as he was for Thor Love and Thunder, so it's nice to see him kind of, like, ease up a little bit, and he can have some fun dieting and not be miserable the entire time, because I know he was miserable during Thor Love and Thunder. But he is badass. The choreography here, I know he tried to do all that he could physically do in the fight scenes, and you could tell. It's awesome. And this movie really has some great, beautiful cinematography when it comes to fighting and combat. There are what seems to be really long takes. I know in there they cut or they zoom in on something so that they can reset and set up for the next sequence, but when you cut it all together, it looks like a really long fight scene where he's coming down a staircase, or he's on a railing, or he's on a balcony and he gets pushed over into a truck. The fight sequences in here are amazing. And what really puts these fight scenes over the edge for me is that our hero, if this was back in the 80s, our hero would be on his feet the entire time, kicking everyone's butt, and he wouldn't be breaking a sweat. What I love about fight choreography now is we see the exhaustion, we see the dirt, we see them mess up, we see them get punched and get put down to the ground where they should have lost, but then maybe by some tripping or some element in the setting that they're in, they're saved, they're able to get back on their feet and continue the fight. I love seeing our hero in a fight get his ass kicked, but then also kick ass back. It gets me so invested. Now, one of the things I worry about with these types of movies, when you go in and you try to save a kid, that the child actor is just going to annoy the crap out of me, because usually they mess everything up. And here, though, not so much. This kid was endearing, and he wasn't annoying at all. He wasn't trying to mess everything up. He had some great moments where he was in a dilemma, where he could have gone with the person that he knew, or with this new person in Tyler, because of the information he's gathering. He doesn't know if he can trust trust his family, or if he goes with this new person, and vice versa. And I like that arc. I like that character choice. We actually gave the kids something to do, as opposed to just being a thing that they're just carrying along with them. And David Harbour shows up at the end of Act 2, beginning of Act 3. He's just a breath of fresh air. He's fun, he's joyful, he breathes life into this movie, but he also has a really nice arc here too. Extraction killed it for me. This movie was freaking awesome, and I can't wait to see Extraction 2 and to see what trouble Tyler gets himself in, and I'm also very interested to see how Tyler is in the new movie, because what happens at the end here? I was like, what? That makes no sense how you're showing up, but okay, fine. I'm gonna go along with it. I'm gonna give Extraction 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I like it a lot.
So guys, if you've seen Extraction, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you'll know the next time I release next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.